justifications are those that are posted on the page. Am I right? So you going by, you now want to find out how these things happen. Yeah, that one day, let's get explanation. But what I'm saying is,
yeah, just point of correction. I out how the decision came. I'm saying prior to that decision, there was, if anything should.
It was the following. And what brought about the change? I think that should be that's your concern. Am I right?
That's not the case. I'm not saying that's what brought about the change. I'm saying that yesterday, the ruling came. There was a case where a
Honorable member, I have now got your point. I think it has been the norm that when you post in the page, it is accepted that you are granted permission to, not to attend. And those who have not done it are those who are absent without permission. And up to yesterday, that was the norm. And then what happened to those people who, prior to yesterday's decision, that was the norm, what happens to them? We will leave them as it is. We are going to leave them as people who were granted permission at the time. You know, from the ruling, we now change it. That would now be determined between us. Probably, I may also give him criteria to say that if this and this happens on the page, they must say this and this. If that has happened, then they can be granted permission. We will come to that finalization. On page 3, yes? Yeah, on page 3. We move to page 4. Member for Sani Mentoring.
Good morning, Honorable Speaker, and thank you very much for giving me the floor. On page 4, where you have Honorable Alfuseni Sisi, member for SAME, that the Assembly considered and approved the records of votes and proceedings for the sittings of Monday. It should be past tense. It should be considered and approved instead of consider and approve. Thank you. Yeah. Yes, please. This is the first paragraph.
The first sentence on page 4.
Yes, please.
She's saying, Honorable Alfuseni Sisi, member for SAME,
that the Assembly considered. It either has to be that the Assembly do consider or the Assembly considered.
I don't know what you want to say here.
Honorable Speaker, if it should remain the same, then 2 should be added, I guess.
Honorable member.
Thank you. I just want to say that it shouldn't be in the past tense because it's a motion he's trying to raise to move. So basically, what you can have there, as his right said, do, but it should be in the past tense.
Honorable Speaker, observation.
I am
Honorable
saying
Speaker.
it shouldn't be in the past tense. The way it is okay, unless you want to use the language of standing order, do consider. But considered, it should not be there. It should be consider.
Honorable Speaker, observation.
That's what I mean, do should be added.
Honorable nominated member.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I just want to observe the ruling that took place yesterday. Yeah, because most of the members cannot get access to you, so in case you are in sitting.
Honorable member, can we clear this one and then you come to that?
Proceed, okay.
Can we just clear the issue of this language issue? Can we? Page 3, let's read it from the last paragraph.
It's page 4, Honorable Speaker.
It's page 4.
Go back to page 3, and then we read from the last paragraph on page 3, and continue to page 4. Honorable Ali Balde, member for Jara West, moved the first motion and was seconded by Honorable Seni Jawara, member for Lower Salum, and Honorable Keba Jallo, member for Jala Central. And Honorable Keba Jallo, member for Jala Central, moved the second motion and was seconded by Honorable Al-Hussein Sise, member for Sami, that the Assembly do consider, that the Assembly consider and approve the records of votes and proceedings for the sittings of this. Yes.
Thank you very much, Speaker. The only correction here on page 3 is the capital N, A-N-D. And on page 4, it's okay the way it's drafted. Yeah, it's correct.
Any honorable member who has a different opinion? Woolly East? Pardon? You have the same opinion.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'm just appealing if you can explain to the August Assembly how we are going to channel that medium of communication through your office, because sometimes we may be on the way and emergency may occur. We could not be able to get to you if you are in session. Thank you.
Sorry. I think that the channel of communication will be communicated. We may come to an amicable one. But whatever it takes, it cannot just be that you just put something in a page only and you are granted permission. Members have a right to not to attend. But if you are to be granted permission, it has to get a format and an organized mechanism that will be suitable to all of us. Member for...
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, what the Honorable nominated member is raising is a valid point. I don't think, as you stated earlier on, you discuss among yourself and come up with something. This is a rule that guides us. And I believe I'm looking through my standing order. As far as attendance is concerned or permissions are concerned, I haven't seen any clause that deals with that. I think it will be befitting for standing order committee to look at this issue and let it be reflected in our standing order.
Honorable member, even the
That's my observation.
Honorable member, it's only the speaker who can grant permission for people not attending. There is no ambiguity about that. And we want to make it uniform and we want to make it easy. Whatever comes out, you cannot say somebody else is going to give permission. So, we will make sure that we have something in place that's convenient to all of us.
Very much. The member rose to your legal backing. Clause 8 In any case where matters are not expressly provided by the standing order, any question or procedure or shall be decided by the speaker. So entirely, these are the discussion to make sure that you thank you.
Member, but what I'm saying is, permissions, whether stated or not stated, if you go to the relevant provisions in the Constitution, you'll find it there. Yes, honorable member.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor. Just about your ruling, sending information to the main WhatsApp page, that is not official. What I've seen the National Assembly, it has become a settled practice here. National Assembly sends so many official correspondents to the page. So if one want to seek for permission and send this information to the page, it's not official. I don't understand that, please. Thank you very much.
Don't confuse practice and what is right or legal. So let's just abandon it. It may be a practice, but I am not denying that. All right, we will have the last one on this particular issue, so that we can proceed.
Yes, thank you very much.
A member for Upper Salem.
Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I think the issue of getting permission from the Speaker is actually contained in the National Assembly Service Act. If you go in there, you will actually see what members are supposed to do when they want to be absent from the Parliament, not the standing order. But if you go to the National Assembly Service Act of 2022, it's going to be very clear. And even the Constitution also is clear, yeah, not the standing orders.
Honorable member, I think I've made it very clear. It is our common interest, mutual interest, that we have the best that is convenient for all of us and is legal and proper that will guide us all. So I don't know what is the problem. So please, can we go to page 5? You have more on page 4? Yeah, we have just completed page 4. Honorable member for Woodley East.
Thank you, Honorable. Honorable Speaker, when you go to where you have tribute as the caption, the third sentence, it says delivered tribute statements. So I think we just said delivered statements in honor of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. Because tribute is already in the caption. But tribute statements appears to be very funny. Then if you go on the motion, where you have the following members debated, instead of debated, we say took part in the debate. The following members took part in the debate on the motion. That'd be better.
Honorable members, you've noted the observations made. Paragraph 3, that the third line, become or not respectively, delivered tributes in honor of Her Majesty. Huh? And then where you have 4, motion, the following members took part in the debate. And yes, member for Busumbala.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor. Honorable Speaker, I believe we have competent clerks, in this assembly. So we leave these technical grammars to be handled by the clerk, so that, we can proceed with other business of the day. For example, members debated on the motion and members took part in debate of the motion. To me, we have competent clerks to take care of those things. We proceed with the other business of the day. Thank you.
Honorable member, you see, the whole process is for members to own the report. the secretariat, that the service people, they try to capture what you have done. And then it is us now who are going to say, no, this one is that way or that way until we agree and we own it and then we adopt it. We cannot just leave it to the secretariat, however good they may be. We still have to look at it and coin it to our own taste, and that's what we have. That's what we mean, and that's what we said.
Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Honorable.
I just want to inquire whether it is in the standing orders or it is a settled practice, because you say practice are not very important here. So whether this correction of approval of previous sittings is in the standing order or it's just a settled practice in this National Assembly.
Honorable, you making me wonder that it's not only about assembly. Wherever you might have been, minutes are adopted by people for whom the minutes were prepared for. If you go to a meeting and then minutes are prepared by the secretariat, at the end you adopt your minutes to say this is what we said and this is what we agreed. I will be surprised if you want to ask that question.
I'm surprised because it's not even the Gambian parliament I've seen doing this. All over all other parliaments, I've never seen any parliament around the globe that do this kind of process. So don't be surprised I ask the question.
Oh, you have no parliamentary experience, that's why. You have other experience, not parliamentary. Because if you talk to seasoned parliamentarians who have been in parliament for 20 or more years, and you are telling them that your experience. Honorable members, we can now move to page 5. You still have something on page 4? Yes, honorable member.
Number 3, where you have tribute and condolence to Her Majesty. Under it, you have Honorable Speaker of the National Assembly. Number 2, you have Honorable Majority Leader. The leader is omitted there.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Honorable Majority Leader.
Yeah.
Noted. We now move to page 5. Any comments? Honorable Member for Bakau.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. For record purpose, number 13, where you have Honorable Keba Tumanding Sane. Is it Tumanding or Tumani? For record purpose.
Is honorable member himself around? He stepped out. It's Tumanding, I think.
It's Tumanding.
It's correct.
Tumanding is correct, yeah?
It's not Tumani.
Yeah.
Number 13, Tumanding is correct.
All right. Any order on page 5? No more on page 5. Okay. Honorable members, it has been moved and seconded that the record of votes and proceedings of the National Assembly sitting of Monday, 19th September 2022 be adopted with amendments. Those in favor, please say aye. Not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Clerk, can we proceed?
Continuation and conclusion of the debate on the State of the Nation Address 2022 by His Excellency the President, represented by the Vice President.
Honorable members, I want to remind the Assembly that the debate on His Excellency the President's State of the Nation Address 2022 legislative year commenced yesterday. However, we could not finish, and the Assembly was adjourned to today, Tuesday, 20th September 2022. Therefore, we will continue the debate from where we stopped, but we will conclude it today. On that note, may I request that any honorable member who wishes to take part in the debate raise his or her constituency tag to be recorded. Once again, may we remind ourselves especially members taking the floor, to respect the rules of debate, Standing Order 29.1, which states every member shall restrict his or her observations to the subject under discussion. Similarly, and Standing Order 31 states that debate upon any motion or amendment to a motion or upon any bill, part of a bill or amendment to a bill shall be relevant thereto, except in the case of a motion for the adjournment of the Assembly. Honorable members, I therefore call on honorable members to respect and observe the rules in our deliberations today. I thank you. As I said, we will begin from where we stopped yesterday. I'll now call the member for Central Badibu, who is the first on the list for today.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor. Honorable Speaker, I would like to thank the Vice President and the entire Cabinet for being with us since yesterday to debate on SONA. Honorable Speaker, I, for one, I believe we need to adopt democratic principles in order to give our parliament a good face in terms of parliamentary practices. In that, the president tasked us as a parliament to be able to serve our country and to promote democratic values. In that, what this parliament would love to see, and that it has never seen in the history, that is to have their leader in their midst to be talking on issues, and that's going to promote the relationship between us and our leader. We have been advocating that. Vice presidents will come, ministers will come. Yes, we have no doubt in their ability, but we want our president to sit with the NAMs to discuss issues, so that this is going to be direct communication. Sometimes we believe along the line our messages are not filtered as supposed to be. Sometimes we believe that the president should feel our feelings. So in that, it's going to promote our democracy. During 22 years, it never happened. So that's going to be his legacy and our legacy. And I think everybody, the financial condition of this country is going down due to a lot of factors. Though the president based his speech centered on Ukraine war and COVID-19. That's evident. But I believe us are seen every day. You look at social media, you hear a lot of things that's not helping the country. Because Gambia is not an island, and we entirely depend on donor support. If they are seeing corruption working naked in institutions or hearing about it, that can stop them to fund some of the project, and it's going to affect us. So it's high time we hold the bull by the horn and let justice prevail. Our institutions that are raising revenue for the country must be ready to fight or combat corruption. Honorable Speaker, coming to National Development Plan, the debt that we have, both national and international. We all know that countries are indebted, not only Gambia. But what do we do? How do we make investment to make sure that the productive services are well positioned to yield something for the country? If not, the debt services will increase. Our agriculture Yes, we talk about food security, but the agriculture should boost our economy. We should not only depend on groundnut for our exportation. We should go beyond that. The vegetables that are grown in this country, a lot of them go in waste. We can make a lot of foreign exchange out of that. So it's high time we try to reduce the debt services by investing into the economy. Honorable Speaker, coming to a public-private partnership, anywhere you have partnership, you want it to be mutualistic. We don't want it to be symbiotic relationship. So in partnering with relevant corporate societies or private sectors, it needs to strengthen our economy. It needs to support us, but instead, they will loot us or depend on us to enrich themselves at the end of the day. We should fight against that. In as much as we want to promote public-private partnership, care must be taken. We must know what is our interest. Honorable Speaker, moving to foreign affairs, international cooperation, and Gambians abroad. The President made mention of some of the achievements made, and which we should not lose sight of those significant achievements. But I think there is much to be desired. The foreign services need to be really looked at. Who are the people that we are sending to these foreign services? What can they bring to our country? I think the President should tell us, 2016 to date, or last year to date, what were some of the flagship projects brought by these foreign services? We are spending a lot on them. What are they bringing to the country? We really need to look at this. Honorable Speaker, it's not every Tom and Harry that need to be deployed to foreign service. We don't want people who will just there to receive their salaries and allowances. They must promote the image of this country. They must have the concern of Gambians outside. Honorable Speaker, our brothers are living outside and sisters, but they are not even given their democratic right to participate in voting in this country. And we talk a lot about the diasporans, the contribution that they made, remittances that they send, but they are not given franchise to vote. I think henceforth, we need to look at that as a government. How do we incorporate, how do we give chance to our people to participate in our elections? Honorable Speaker, coming to agriculture. The President made mention of 20 boreholes for small ruminants across the country. 20 borehole drill. For next summer, we would like to know the location of these boreholes, where they are dug in within the country. Because if it is my constituency, Central Badibu, I can tell the President or I can tell the August gathering whether it's completed or not, what are these level of implementation. So members here can be witness to some of the projects. And Honorable Speaker, some of these projects will come to our areas. And the President said we come as one family and develop the country. But those that are not in President's party will not be part of the discussions, will not be part of the need assessment, will not be part of the project implementation. That culture must be stopped if we want to be a serious people, to develop a serious country. Representative of the people must be respected in their community. Gateway. So when partners come to implement a particular project in Central Badibu, I should be consulted, no matter what. Because if you don't see me there, they say, this man, they don't like the President. No, that culture must be stopped. If you don't inform me to a program as people who are ready to mean their words. Honorable Speaker, I have a report here. I saw a youth man standing in a field. Yes, but these photos are not enough to represent the youth fraternity in their involvement in agriculture. How many young people do we have in the rural Gambia who are trying to participate effectively in crop production, but they don't have support? The way the funds come, the way the projects are implemented, youths are not involved. We use the youths and women to get funds. When we get the funds, we marginalize them. This is the culture that must be stopped in our agriculture. We always say they are the cream of the society. They are the backbone of the society. When the project comes, it's Alcalo and some of the VDC that will be seen. The VDC or the Alcalo will select his family members to be part of the project. That culture must be stopped. Honorable Speaker, we have the vegetable growers there. The picture is good. I don't know whether it's funny or what, but I believe this is NEMA project, the photos. Okay, now we have roots. We should be informed the transition from NEMA to roots. If we are not informed on the transition, we will not know what went well and what went wrong with roots, with NEMA projects. Now we have roots. The same problem can happen. And these vegetable growers, they don't have market. There is a missing link between production and marketing, more so processing. So our agriculture must have a link. If there is no link in agriculture from production to processing and marketing, then what kind of value are we adding to our agriculture? It's still the prototype system of agriculture that prevails in the Gambia since the days of our grandfathers. We need to move. Somebody made mention of tractors. Yes, in the Second Republic. And he said the tractors were, he used a very nice language. I don't know, sincerely, I wrote it somewhere. But the tractors, the distribution of, yes, can you help me?
Thank you. The tractors were taken and they sold them and they distribute the money among themselves. Thank you. From poor innocent Gambian farmers. Thank you. You can continue.
But that's not what I'm looking for. What I'm actually looking for, he said the tractors were given to seasoned farmers. I will not call them seasoned farmers, I will call them as political patronage. The tractors were given to the chiefs